everyone. It is Sunday Sit Down Time. Joining me tonight, a special guest from our Western friends in the state, Kansas City's own Aaron Ladd. How are you doing? I appreciate you joining us on a little bit of a slower sports Sunday, right?
It's the summer. Everybody's enjoying the weather out there. Glad to be back in Columbia and excited to do it.
Awesome. Well, I want to talk to you. There's a lot of stuff coming to KC in the next few years here. You think of the NFL draft and now the World Cup. You know, you were there covering all of that. Kind of tell me about what that means for Kansas City. Was it kind of something that I feel like people out there kind of expected to get a little bit?
I mean, what a historic moment for Kansas City and so many people. The culmination of so much work that was put in. I think of Kathy Nelson and her group that were leading the charge as far as the 2026 bid is concerned. I think about all the MLS players that have played for Sporting Kansas City and helped cement some of that culture. I mean, when you think about the U.S. men's national team coming here within the last few months, and you think about just how much this soccer culture has grown in Kansas City and how they've really embraced this soccer city mentality, Natalie, this kind of felt like a culminating moment and a reassuring moment for a lot of the people that have put work in and put time in, that their work has been granted and for the right reason, and Kansas City has this soccer city foundation here. I mean, of the 16 cities that got one, I thought Kansas City was a surefire no-brainer. It felt like they really earned their seat at the table. It wasn't like they were giving anything. And there's still work to be done. Arrowhead Stadium will go under at least $50 million in renovations starting as soon as this year. 2026 and the announcement of them having the games just to start, a lot of work to be done, but really definitely an exciting moment for Kansas City.
Over the years, how much have you felt like, you kind of touched on it a little bit, how much has soccer in Kansas City grown? You look at Sporting KC, the current, you look at all this stuff that's coming around. How much have you seen it personally grow?
It's huge, and it starts at the youth level, right? There's a Swope Park Soccer Village here in Kansas City where Sporting actually used to do their practices and training for their games. Now it's a youth facility, and you've got, actually when Mizzou and Eli Drinkwitz were out here doing their football camps, it was held at Swope Soccer Village, and you've got this huge bustling growth and love for the sport at the youth level, and then that grows into obviously the club side of it, the school side of it. What the Current have done in Kansas City, Natalie, we can't underestimate what they have done and what they continue to do. Just this week, unveiling an $18 million facility unlike anything we've seen in the world. Not just Kansas City, not just the nation, in the world, an $18 million facility specifically for women's professional soccer. It's grown exponentially just in the 2 years that I've been here, and I can't wait to see how much it continues to grow in the next 2 years.
Well, speaking a little bit more in the next few months here, the Chiefs are going to be starting up before we know it. I feel like it's going to come around in a minute. You know, Nick Bolton, obviously, the Mizzou kid, we want to know, moving over to that middle linebacker position, a big role for him. You know, what do you think the chatter has been about Nick Bolton? What do you feel like the vibe from this team is and the confidence in him?
Well, I get the warm fuzzies when you see Nick Bolton in 32. He switches his number this offseason back to his college number, so I know a lot of Mizzou fans will have to get their new Nick Bolton gear. He's going to take on a very important role in this defense. Anthony Hitchens, who was a veteran linebacker for this unit, he was cut months ago, one of the first early moves this offseason. That signaled to a lot of people who follow the team that they're going with this young linebacking core led by Nick Bolton out of the University of Missouri and Willie Gay out of Mississippi State, two SEC linebackers who are known for their downhill explosiveness. And Nick Bolton led the team in tackling as a rookie with limited playing time. So now you think, hey, he's got the opportunity to come in wearing the green dot. He's got an opportunity to really learn from Steve Spagnuolo and some of the leaders in that room and have a full off season and full training camp and kind of get into his second year as he transitions now. The expectations are high for Nick Bolton as a leader on this defense, and he's shown us that he can do it in his very first year in the National Football League.
How have you kind of seen him flourish? I feel like just even seeing him, you know, doing interviews and all this stuff, you see him at Mizzou, and then he just seems like a completely different, like kind of more confident guy now. Have you seen him flourish?
Well, we know he's not a talker, right? Like right. Everybody who's been around Nick Bolton for a while, he's not a look at me type guy. Everybody who's come across him would know that, but he's had to have grown into like a vocal leadership role with this team. He's expected to get his teammates in place on the defensive side of the ball, and the guy that helped do him, the guy that helped teach him to do that and walk him through that at the professional level, Anthony Hitchens, who we talked about earlier, he's no longer there. He mentioned with some writers just this offseason that they still text every day, even though he's not on the team. But now all those responsibilities are on Nick Bolton. I think you mature fast when you're under pressure, and it's going to happen even faster when the bullets start flying. And the season comes, as you mentioned, it's right around the corner.
Well, I want to talk about this offense. Obviously, quite a few changes. No Tyreek Hill, right? We're mentioning him every week, but he's no longer a Chief anymore. You look at this new wide receiving core with Juju Smith-Schuster and Sky Moore. You know, do you feel like it's kind of going to be a retooled, little bit of a different look to the offense, or do you think we're going to still see that kind of one guy that they kind of pinpoint, kind of like they did with Tyreek?
It's undoubtedly going to have to be a different looking offense, and Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes have kind of alluded to such in this offseason. They're going to have to run the ball more and be a little bit more balanced. That Tyreek Hill deep down the field threat is not there anymore. MVS comes in, Juju comes in, they draft Sky Moore, a lot of different pieces. I think it's going to take some time. I'm urging Chiefs fans to kind of pump the brakes a little bit. Let's look at what this team looked like through 7 weeks just last year when we had a lot of the same familiar faces that we were used to seeing 3 and 4 through 7 weeks. And then they take off and go on the winning streak. I expect something similar to happen this year, especially when you see how tough that first 8-game stretch is playing against teams that are all above 500. I expected there to be some learning curves, if you will, and some growing pains with this Chiefs offense. But as far as dynamic, as long as you have 15 back there throwing the ball, they'll still be a high-flying offense.
What do you think the standard is for this team this season? Is it to get to the Super Bowl again? Obviously, you know, last year a heartbreaker in the AFC Championship game. But do you think, you mentioned pumping the brakes a little bit, is it a year we might have to temper our expectations a little bit?
I don't know if we're tempering expectations, but you asked what the standard is, and the Chiefs have hosted the AFC title game the last 4 years. No team has ever done that in NFL history. It seems like Chiefs Kingdom, that is what the starting point is. We expect to be playing in the AFC title game every single year with number 15 as our quarterback. I can't disagree with them when you have the coach, the quarterback, and the front office on such a good synergy as we've seen with this franchise over the past 5 years. Wow, that's a lofty standard, especially for a franchise that really is not used to having that type of success. It's just crazy what Patrick Mahomes has been able to do. They expect to get in the playoffs, that's the very least. They've won the division the last 6 years. I know they want to keep that alive. But it seems like around Kansas City, if they're not playing in that big game in February, they're not happy.
Well, you look at a team that I'm sure has quite a few folks not too happy right now. You look at the Royals, you know, it's kind of been an up and down really start to this season, a lot of downs especially. You know, what would you say your kind of diagnostic is on what's happening with the Royals right now?
It's a wasted year, and really it's an even more disappointing year for Royals fans because you thought you were starting to see progress. You thought you were starting to turn the corner and maybe contend in your own division. It looks like an overall step back. You just got the word this week that Salvador Perez will miss the next 2 months, 8 weeks with that thumb surgery. Now you got your young guys out there. MJ Melendez is somebody we wanted to see on an everyday basis. From now on, it seems like we're going to see him on an everyday basis. Bobby Witt Jr. seems like he's taking this step. What are some of the other decisions that need to be made? I'm looking at you, Cal Eldred. I'm looking at you, Carlos Santana. I would love to see Vinny Pasquantino up on an everyday basis. But as far as taking the next step in your rebuild, it hasn't happened yet. And now fans are starting to get angsty. They're starting to get angry. They're chirping on social media, and they're looking at their general manager and front office and saying, what's the plan here? What is our next step to contention? How can we once again be playing October baseball? Because right now, fans have checked out, and it's not even July 4th.
Well, it'll be something to watch in the next few months here. Aaron, I appreciate you joining us. It looks like a chill night at the KSHB studio. I appreciate that.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you having me on.
Yeah, for the rest of you guys, we'll be right back after the break.